Happy December and Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas and holiday season. Our family had so much fun being together this Christmas, and the kids were so excited to see what Santa had brought them this year. It was a fun time, and I hope you were able to spend it with your family and friends this year. The new year is coming, though, so hope you have your goals set and are ready to get in that beach body shape soon. No? Okay, well, I hope you just have a good new year in general. On the Skipper Realty Group side of things, we have some big news coming to you, so stay tuned to find that out. But first, for those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Joe Skipper, and I'm the owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty out of Oregon. And today we're going to some of the stats and trends on the local housing market here in Oregon. And I'm having my friend and lender, Paul Robinson, back on to talk about some mortgage topics and some tips on that side of the home sales process. Now, he is a mortgage broker and owner of Greater Oregon Mortgage Company and has helped lots of my family and friends get into homes that they wanted, even when it didn't look like it was going to be possible for them. Now, he goes over all sorts of tips, tricks, and advice for those of you looking to buy in this market, so stay tuned to hear what he has to say as well. And if you haven't already, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, I would truly appreciate it. Also, if you want to stay up to date with the latest on the housing market so that you can make the best financial decisions for you and your family, then consider subscribing to this page, because I put out content regularly so that you can be more successful not only as a buyer and a seller on a personal level, but also as an investor as well. So onto the home stats, then the big news. But home prices increased this month. The median sold price for Wilsonville in November was $810,000. Now, this increased by a lot at 24% since last month, and it was a smaller increase by 15% from last year. The month-to-month trend isn't as significant as the year-over-year change, but as you can see, the value in our homes are going up over time, and that is a great thing. There is still buyer demand, so a lot of experts think that as rates decrease over the next year, we will see more activity and potentially higher sales. But also, if you take a look at the media, you will have a million different opinions and theories on what the market is and what it isn't going to do. And it's good to pay attention, but know that the market is specific to your city and your area. Nationally, it may do one thing, but you may see the opposite where you live. Working with an expert in this field will get you the right place fast. The inventory for Wilsonville in November stayed the same at 24 single-family homes since last month. Now, next year, they're predicting that as rates drop and the rates edge closer to what sellers currently are at in their rates, you will start to see inventory increasing as they make the jump from their home to the next. But it still is buyer demand, and that's a good thing for sellers. But pricing it wrong isn't going to help you as inventory increases. You want to be smart about that, and don't overthink that your home is the best and everyone wants it because demand is high. So pricing it right from the beginning will get you the best deal possible quicker. The median days on market jumped up a ton to 24 days from 7 last year. Now, don't freak out though, 24 days is still more or less a normal time on the market depending on where you live. We grew so accustomed to 5 days on market that this seems like a lot, but traditionally it isn't. If rates drop, we will start to see that come back down again as buyers re-enter the market. Now, as a seller, if you need to get into the market and sell your home, the buyers are still there. You just need to get with someone that you trust and can lead you through this process and help you to find the right buyers for you. So that's what I have for you, but I'm going to pass it along to Paul for mortgage information from him. So take it away, Paul.
Hey, thanks, Joe. This is Paul Robinson, owner of Greater Oregon Mortgage Company. I'm licensed to lend in the state of Oregon and Washington. Was wanting to talk about refinancing, and that seems like an odd topic right now, but what we will see in the near future, and I say near future being maybe 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months, we're going to see rates go down enough where it will give people the opportunity to improve their interest rate, refinance what they currently have, and save on monthly payment, as well as save on a lot of interest. So with that said, let's take a look at what I look at when a past client calls me, or when someone that's referred to me calls me and says, can you help me understand if it makes sense to refinance? In the example that I'll use, a client bought a home for $650,000. They put 20% down, so that made their loan amount $520,000. On a 30-year fixed, conventional 30-year fixed, it's 6.99, and that makes their principal and interest payment $3,456 a month. So if they made no changes, they would pay 360 months of payments, or 30 years, and their principal and interest payment would be the $3,456 each month. And at the end of when they paid that loan off, they would have paid $724,170,000 of interest. So let's just say $724,000 of interest. A lot. All right, put my readers on because we're going to be talking some interesting numbers, and this is stuff that I think is a lot of fun. So let's just say the interest rate goes down to 6.5%, and we can cover all of their closing costs using the same loan amount, $520. Let's just say it was still there, and that would drop at 6.5%. Their monthly payment would drop down to $3,273 a month. That's $183 a month. And their interest were on the current loan at 699 was $724,000, just a little bit over that in total interest they would pay. That number drops to $663,000. So it's almost just a hair under $61,000 saved by just moving their interest rate 0.5%. Now here's the one that I find extremely interesting, and this is, I call it the acid test. And that is, let's just say someone took the proposed loan. They go, yeah, I like 6.5 and I love no closing costs. But they said, you know what? We just don't like our rate. We don't mind our payment. We'll continue to make our current payment, our principal interest payment of $3,456. Now, with that drops. So, of course, no monthly savings. But what it does is the total interest saved goes down to $560,000, and so it saves them a little over $164,000 of interest. You're not giving that to the bank anymore. And the other thing is that it shaves off 47 months of payments. So no cost, and you're saving $164,000 of interest, and you're knocking 47 months off your loan. That makes a lot of sense. Again, just for 0.5%. But let's say the rate got down to 6%, which is very reasonable when you think about the numbers that are being thrown out there, where the feds and such and the other experts of the industry think rates will go to. So let's say 6%, and again, all closing costs are being covered. So on that loan amount of $520, that would bring the monthly payment down $339, and the total interest would go down to just a little bit more than $602,000. So from where the loan was, that saves $339 per month in payment, and you would save just under $122,000 of interest. But now let's just say, again, that you're the person that's like, I don't mind the payment. I would just like to have a better interest rate. I'll continue making the same payment. I'll take the 6%. What does that look like? And that's where it really is interesting. It would lower the total interest to $447,000, just a hair over it. It's like $447,047. But so what that does is it lowers the total interest being paid to $277,000. So you are not giving the bank $277,000 that if you didn't make the change, you would. The other interesting part is the 360-month loan or 30-year loan, it gets converted, it lowers itself or drops to 280 a month. So 80 months are saved. So it saves you $277,000 of interest, and it saves you 6.7 years on your loan. So I hope this information was helpful. I am a big fan of the refinance loans over the years. They've been a lot of fun. And again, I look for where it makes sense. And where it makes sense is for sure when you can lower your rate and have no closing costs. But the numbers are always just very interesting because you just can't imagine how much money a little savings can go. And not that $339 or $183 isn't a lot, but in the scope of things, it doesn't seem like an astronomical amount to make it work, and yet you can see the effect that it has on just a $520,000 loan. So anyway, again, hope all this is helpful. If you have any questions, if you'd like me to run numbers for you, I would love to. I love running these reports. They're a lot of fun. And you can reach me at paul@GOMC Loans. All right, thank you.
So those are the stats for this December. If you guys are looking to buy or sell in the next year, give me a call and let's talk about what it takes to get you the highest return on your investment when you do decide to go that route. The market is changing so rapidly, so having an expert to guide you through it is one of the best choices that you're going to make. Now, if you want a free buyer's or a seller's guide sent directly to you, DM me, comment below, or text me, and I'll send you one of those. It has all sorts of information on not only what it's like to go through the buying and selling process, but what it's like doing that with yours truly. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like this page so that you can stay up to date on the market here in Oregon. Oh, and I almost forgot the news. I'm just kidding. I knew all along this would be the last because I wanted to see who's committed and who isn't. But big news for SRG, and that is that Christina Skipper just joined the team. You don't know her? Well, you should, or you will, but not only is she my wife, but she has a ton of real estate experience. She worked for over 15 years in mortgages with a large bank and has spent her whole life immersed in the industry as her parents were and are successful real estate agents. So please reach out and welcome her to the team. She will be a great addition, and the kids already have bets that she's going to do better than me. Well, I want her to do well, and I'm glad the kids support her, but do better than me? Well, we'll see about that. But all jokes aside, welcome Christina, and we are looking forward to seeing you dominate in the real estate industry in the coming years. Thanks, guys.